People all over the world are doing anything for YouTube money, quitting their jobs.
I quit my full-time job and I became an independent tech creator.
Editing all night, even risking stunts just to get a slice of it. Now here's the shocker. Nigerians abroad send home almost the same amount YouTube pays out to all its creators worldwide in a year. In 2024, Nigerians sent home almost $21 billion as remittances. To put it another way, remittances are almost bigger than Nigeria's oil revenue in some years. That's the same oil money politicians fight over that headlines our budgets. The diaspora is quietly sending home just as much without drilling a single barrel. Yet, popular narratives say that money is wasted, that remittances vanish on frivolous things without a single industry tied to it. Can you imagine the same amount of money that is bringing out creativity worldwide on YouTube? Yet, in Nigeria, it's tied to no single industry. So when people say it's wasted, it's not like they're lying. You understand where they are coming from. Because it's consumed. It's not like oil that builds refineries or tech industries that build factories. And yes, sometimes it's spent on frivolous things with no real returns. But there's a second side of the story. That same so-called consumption is keeping millions of Nigerians alive. Food on the table, hospital bills paid, school fees paid, and roofs over people's heads. Now that's not waste, that's survival. And survival is the first step to everything else. Now they're alive, they do industry. When school fees are paid, skills are developed, or when a small business is started with diaspora money, those are not wasteful things either. That's remittances turning into education, opportunity, and seed capital quietly without making headlines. Yes, some people blow it on frivolous things, but that does not cancel out the fact that remittances are literally the reason some Nigerians will eat dinner tonight. And here's what people that call remittances waste miss. Even if it's consumption, that money doesn't vanish into thin air. Take a school fee payment of 100k for example. It doesn't just help the one child paying the school fees. It pays a teacher's salary, and that teacher takes the salary to the market to buy things from the market woman. And the market woman in turn pays her supplier, and the cycle continues. Every bag of fries, every hospital bill, every rent payment, it all circulates. It keeps small traders in business and support artisans. This is the informal economy of Nigeria. It's not like the formal economy that you can point to a single industry and say they are producing this, but this informal economy is the backbone of Nigeria. And remittances are one of the biggest engines driving it. Remittance money often goes into building a house, buying land, or improving family property. That may not look like industry on paper, but it's wealth creation in real life. And the Nigerian real estate business receives a huge chunk of this remittance money. Like the example we gave of the school fee payment, doesn't that sound like economy at work? We all know that remittances are not a magic bullet. They don't build highways, they don't power factories, they don't replace national policies. And the critics are right about one thing. Remittances cannot take the place of real large-scale development. At best, they fight poverty, they keep people from being hungry. They don't fix infrastructure. But why is survival money so needed in the first place? It's because our government is failing at the basics. Public hospitals are overcrowded, electricity unreliable, especially for the poor people, because you have to be on a band A before you can get reliable electricity. Most parents are not even sending their own kids to public schools anymore. Most of those schools are so broken that people only send their helps to public schools, while even those that cannot afford private school will scrape up and down just to send their kids to a private school, even if it's the cheapest bare minimum private school. People will choose that bare minimum private school over government schools because they don't trust the government schools anymore. That gap is what remittances are feeling. Diaspora money steps in where government has checked out. Sure, some people are cruising around town or pressing their neighbor on their sister abroad's money. That happens, but that's not the full picture. For every one person misusing diaspora remittances, there are hundreds of families using it for food, hospital bill payments, school fees, rent. You know the drill. When people talk about the $20 billion Nigerians abroad send home every year, they often say like it's just money. But when you look closely, it's actually proof of something deeper. The system back home does not work for ordinary people. Think about the things and businesses that would collapse if remittances stopped for even 1 month. The local shops, the school fees, even some hospitals will be in trouble. The diaspora has become an unofficial social welfare system, funding what government should be handling. And that's both inspiring and heartbreaking at the same time. So where does this leave us? We need a balanced perspective. Remittances are not all a big waste. They show the resourcefulness of some Nigerian families who stretch every naira sent from abroad into food, school fees, rent, healthcare, and even small businesses. And here is some food for thought. Remittances shouldn't carry this weight alone. If our policymakers actually understood the true impact of remittances, they would design systems to multiply their effect, like matching diaspora contributions with community projects, creating safer channels for investment that don't put families at risk. Because $20 billion is not small change. It's bigger than money we get from oil in some years. It's almost as much as YouTube pays out all its creators worldwide in a year. Nigeria alone receives more in remittances than many African countries combined. And it comes year after year from ordinary Nigerians abroad making extraordinary sacrifices. If oil money can build refineries and YouTube money can spark industries, why can't Nigeria design systems to multiply the diaspora money too? So no, remittances are not wasted. They are a lifeline, they are a significant economic force. And above all, they show how committed the diasporans are to their homeland. So the next time somebody tells you remittances are wasted, ask them this simple question. What's really wasted? The $20 billion sent in sacrifice, or the leadership that still can't build a system to survive without it? Because like it or not, the Nigerian economy also depends on remittances. So here's my question to you. Do you think Nigerians abroad should be praised for keeping the economy alive, or blamed for making the government too comfortable to fix things? So how can this money be channeled into grassroots projects that will benefit whole communities? Watch out for our next video where we talk about how other diasporans are using remittance money to build their nations and how Nigeria can do that too. If all this is making sense to you, hit the like button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.